on. Anybody we need to subtract, give me a call. We'll be happy to take them off. May the 1st, 122nd day of the year. Hey, we got a full house this morning. We're going to be talking Firemen's Fair stuff here in just a minute. Got 3 guys from the fire department, all of them from company number 1. How the heck that happened? Because company number 1 is 150 this year. Of course, we got Ron Bourgeois, who's the auction chairman and former captain. We got Dickie Nakier and Thibodaux, KTIB's high school football buddy. Buddy Leday, I'm trying to get my throat clear here. Buddy Leday, of course, Buddy does our high school football for us. I'm glad to have all 3 of these guys. I'm going to get to them in just a minute. Hold on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Hey, what you say this morning?
Good morning, Gib. You up early?
Big birthday, man.
Whose birthday?
Tim Robichaud, band director.
Tim Robichaud, band director at 81.
27 years old, man. They went to state last night. I'm sure they tore him up for the band.
A good deal.
Tim Robichaud.
How old is he?
47.
47.
Huh?
I don't think he mind me giving his age, huh? Heck, it's what he is. It don't matter. I'm 61. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Give my age.
You 74.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
No, I'm 77.
77. I was close.
Don't worry about that.
Hey, the age don't matter.
That band didn't get back till 1 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
And they're already back at school.
Be a long day today for them kids.
Right. Have a good day, Jim.
Thank you, Gib. Appreciate it. Happy birthday to Tim Robichaud from his dad, Gib. And here the staff at KTIB. Yeah, I got 3 of them from number 1. Of course, Buddy Leday's with us, the voice of him and Mr. Casey Rodrigue, right?
Right. Another number 1 member.
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, no.
Know it all.
Listen, when the phone, all right, other companies, I'm going to say like, why this ain't no swap shop. I'm going to be calling them all during the show. Everybody here from number 1, I can hear the competition starting already. Why are we not on? Oh, anyway, we'll get to them in just a minute. May the 1st, 122nd day of the year. Fact of the day, cat purring. How about that? While lions and other big cats roar, domestic cats and other feline species purr. Purring has been described as a low, continuous, rattling hum and is often interpreted as an expression of pleasure or contentment. Purring also occurs in cats that are injured and in pain, however, so that this vocalization can be recorded as a cat's mantra, that is, as a relaxing, self-confident sound and a friendly, mood-conveying signal. How about that? Cats purring. On this day in history, 1883, Buffalo Bill. William Cody staged his first Wild West show. 1884, the first skyscraper in America began construction. It was a 10-story building in Chicago, Illinois. 1941, the film Citizen Kane, directed and starring Orson Welles, opened in New York. 1960, the Soviet Union shot down an American U-2 reconnaissance plane near, some city in Russia and captured its pilot, Francis Gary Powers. 1961, Fidel Castro announced there would be no more elections in Cuba. 1963, James Whittaker became the first American to reach the summit of Mount Everest. And in 1967, Elvis Presley married Priscilla Bolio, I don't know how to say her last name, in Las Vegas. 1971, Amtrak went into service. 1999, the Liberty Bell 7, the Mercury space capsule flown by Gus Grissom, was found in the Atlantic Ocean 300 miles southeast of Cape Canaveral, 38 years after it sank. How about that? Births on this day, guess who? Kate Smith, the lady, the song we play every morning, was born in 1909 on May the 1st. 1916, Glenn Ford, an American film actor. 1918, Jack Parr. Deaths on this day, Ayrton Senna, a Brazilian motor racing driver. I don't think he ever raced in NASCAR. Anyway, we're going to run through this stuff because I want to get to the firemen. This morning we want to give them all the time they're due because this is Firemen's Fair weekend. This coming weekend, too, for just a couple hours, 10 to 12, at the Jean Lafitte Wetlands Cultural Center, 314 St. Mary Street. There is a tryout for the play Pocahontas. This is the Children's Summer Musical Workshop. Auditions are 10 to 12 a.m. this coming Saturday. It's directed by Dr. Stanley Coleman. So you want to treat your kids? Hang on a second. Let me get this call. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Good morning. It's Amy Thibodaux's birthday.
Good morning, Nancy. It's Amy's birthday? All right. Happy birthday, Amy, from your mom. Good deal. Hey, Nancy, Well, I was trying to tell a story yesterday, and I couldn't remember. In North Louisiana, who was the guy that went to the prom? Who was the country singer?
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. Tell that story. I was trying to tell it, and I couldn't remember how you told it to me. Tell it to me real quick.
He went back for a class reunion. He's from Start, near Columbia, right outside our Monroe store.
Okay.
And he hadn't been back for a class reunion, and he was going back, and his memory of the prom was the girl he had gone to the prom with left the prom with another guy, went to the bathroom, left him holding her purse, and never came back.
I bet you she's still kicking herself.
I guess. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye. I went to say it yesterday on the radio, got it all mixed up. I bet you that girl's kicking herself. Oh, jilted Tim McGraw at the prom, huh? Oh, man, what a story. Anyway, happy birthday, Amy, from your mom and dad. Pocahontas, the play Pocahontas Children's Summer Musical Workshop, directed by Dr. Stanley Coleman. As I was saying, you want to treat your kids, listen, they can play ball and they can play volleyball and go swimming and do all that stuff. Sign them up for this play. You never know what they can do. You will never know how much fun they will have doing this. This is an awesome experience for them, so let them go try out this coming Saturday, 10 to 12. Swimming lessons, sign up is May the 19th through the 30th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Pelche Park. 2 sessions, $45 a session, $80 for both sessions. Moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, do those kids a favor. Teach them how to swim. Good safety. We've got a lot of water here in South Louisiana. Voltaire Garden Fair. Hey, the next caller, I got a few tickets left. In fact, I think I've got 3 tickets left to the Garden Fair. Next caller, that's this Saturday, May the 3rd. You can go to the Garden Fair in the morning, you go to fair in the afternoon. You can be faired all day. Saturday, May the 3rd, Laterre Master Gardeners, the Terrebonne Historical and Cultural Society, LSU and the LSU Ag Center will provide the 3rd Voltaire Garden Fair at Southdown Plantation in Houma. This will be a celebration of gardening enthusiasts with vendors from all aspects of the gardening industry. Last year brought in more than 1,000 visitors, and they expect it to be larger this year as the garden fair becomes a more established and familiar event. Blue Star Mothers of Louisiana #2, Christmas in July. Mona, if you're listening, bring a flag to the station. We got one sold for you. Dickie Knockin wants a flag. Operation 2008. They'll be packaging July 11th and July 12th, but right now they need names of troops overseas, guys and gals that are overseas, and they also need items, Q-tips, wet wipes, hand sanitizers, hand lotions, cough drop, aspirins, recreational items such as puzzle books, cards, and letters addressed to any soldier, assorted gum, mints, sunflower seeds, nuts, energy bars, not chocolate, not anything that's going to melt. Cookies, homemade oatmeal cookies, peanut butter crackers, granola bars, Vienna sausage, potted meat, Spam. Dickie's here to test. We cannot fight a war without Spam, right, Dickie? Did you ever get Spam in a care package?
No, I didn't, but a lot of other guys
I did. I love Spam, man. Gotta have Spam. Tuna chicken in pouches, Girl Scout cookies, beverages, no alcohol, on-the-go flavor packs. Get that ready. You can bring it to and call Mona at 633-9354. They'll come pick it up for you. Brown Bag Your Lunch was yesterday. Don't forget Let Freedom Ring Festival, July 4th. We'll talk more about that. New Thibodaux Library hours. Monday, Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, 10 to 6 p.m. Friday, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's the library located at 314 St. Mary Street, Jean Lafitte Wetlands Cultural Center. Cam Mulvaughn's 6th annual golf and social event, Friday, May the 9th, Sugarland Country Club. Need information, call Yaki at 446-5986. And we've got, what do we have? We've got Memorial Day celebration at Heroes Park on the 25th of May. We'll start talking more about that in the next couple of weeks. Hey, all my commuter guys, Hugh, Philip, Randy, Nancy, Joe, Joseph, Stephen, Perry, John, Richard, Johnny Norris, and Tweet, and Cotty Campbell, and Travis, all you guys and gals, be careful going to work this morning. Hold on, we got a call. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
You're sitting there extolling the benefits of Spam. Why don't you tell your listeners that you've been on cholesterol pills since the time you ate it?
Because they don't need to know that. Because that ain't got nothing to do with Spam. That's got everything to do with genes.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with all those saturated fats.
I called up Larry yesterday. Larry DeFleur had a problem. He said, "Name the medicines you're taking." So I started ripping them off to him. He said, "My God, you're an outstanding American, ain't you?"
They'll probably just cap you and put you in a grave.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy. Paul listening his wisecracks this morning. That's why you take dope, so you can eat all the stuff you ain't supposed to eat and do what you got to do, doggone it. All right, in fact, I'm going to bypass everything else. I want to get to the firemen. We got Ron Bourgeois in the house, Dickie Naquet in the house, and Buddy Leday in the house. It's Fireman's Fair weekend. Fair starts today. First thing let's cover, and I don't see anybody with a card, is the hours.
Buddy has the
You got it, Buddy?
entertainment schedule.
Okay, and then we'll get into some of the other things.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about the hours.
Yeah, we're going to kick it off tonight, Gene, and I think it's a great night to go. Come early, spin often, early and often, like we always
Yeah, you're
say.
right.
But we can start the fair at 5 o'clock today with our opening ceremonies, and right off the bat, we're going to come with Chubby Carrier. Chubby's a guy from Louisiana, a little accordion player out of Bro Bridge area. Puts on a great show, swamp pop zydeco type of music.
That's me.
So, hey, it's a little bit of everything for everybody. We got it all. He's going to play from 5:30 to 7:30. The fair's going to go to 11, and after Chubby plays, we're going to come with the Chiwis. So, local
well-known band. Everybody knows the Chief.
Yeah, and hopefully they put on a great show like they always do. We expect that they will.
And tonight we have the pay one price for the kids for the rides. So parents with older kids, y'all can turn y'all kids loose.
How much is it? How much is pay one price?
It's $18 this year. $18. They can ride all they want. That's going to start at 5. It's going to run from 5 to 11. So parents with kids old enough to turn loose, you can turn your kids loose in the rides while you enjoy the entertainment and cold beer. And, Buddy, go ahead with the rest of the entertainment.
Lots of other things. Yeah, on Friday we're going to open up at 5 o'clock, and we're going to start it out with Blue Eyed Soul from 5:30 to 7:30. 8 o'clock, Wayne Toops is going to take the stage. We're bringing back Wayne Toops this year. A lot of folks love him, and they were asking to bring him back, and so we did. And he's going to come.
Another local talent, too.
Another local talent. And we're going to finish it off with the Good Feeling Band from 10:30 to 12 on Friday night. Another local
Hey, what are y'all doing? Having local band weekend this weekend?
Yeah, if you got that much talent in the
You
area,
bet.
why not?
You
know?
bet. I agree.
Absolutely.
Get my vote.
Yep, on Saturday we'll open up at 11, and I believe we're going to have pay one price on Saturday as well, Ron?
Yeah, Saturday, pay one price is from 11 to 4.
Okay.
Saturday.
Yep. And it's going to be Swamp Pop morning. Treat a band with Pot Falls, Vin Bruce, and Harry Anselmi. We're going to come with 4A Tradition from 3 to 5, 5:30 to 7:30. It'll be Kenny Fife and the Backtrack Band. From 8 to 10, Waylon Thibodaux. So the Rockin' Cajun Fiddler's going to play in the evening this year. We had some requests to bring him to the evening. And then Tab Benoit's going to play from 10:30 to 12.
He's got a great show.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a great show.
Yep. Come Sunday, of course, we got our parade in the morning. We started off at 11 o'clock this year. Come watch the parade, and if you're not a parade person, go to the fair and hear the Bayou Dixieland Band. So I believe
All right.
everybody Gibbs knows a little bit about them folks. They'll play from 11 to 1:30. From 2 to 4, Hunter Hayes is going to take the stage, and Hunter's a guy who, young talent. I think he's 16 now. When he used to come to the stage, he was 5 and 6 years old playing the accordion, but now he plays guitar, writes his own music, does a real good job. 4:30 to 6:30, we've got the Wet Willie Band coming back featuring Jimmy Hall. So that'll be a good time. And then Marsha Ball's going to close the fair, and that's a big show. If you're not doing something Sunday night, you got to see Marsha Ball. We talk a lot about the mini jazz fest. She's a jazz fest every year.
Absolutely.
And we bring it here to the Fireman's Fair as well. So it's a great show, and come on out and see all the good talent that we'll have.
I tell you what, listeners, they got a little something for everybody in the entertainment, but I love the idea. Most of it's local flavor and local talent, and Johnny Jam and I and Greg Dumas and Al Carter. We have guests on here all the time. We're always talking about the wealth of talent that's in this area and how great it really is. You get a chance to see it all in one weekend right here.
Mark Knocking is our entertainment chairman.
Good job,
He's been
Mark.
doing that for quite a while, and Mark does a good job. Through the years, he's been able to make good contacts with the entertainers, build some really good relationships with them, and And a lot of them, they help us out. You know, like last year, last year Friday, I hate to say the R word, but
that's not going to happen.
We had a rain out last year on Friday night, and some of the entertainers, you know, through relationships we've been able to build with them, Mark's built with them, some of them didn't charge us for the.
That's good. That's great.
That really helped us out. And you know, and we remember that. So those are the guys we call back for this year.
Absolutely.
And,
give them a chance to make some money and showcase their talent.
Yeah. And in addition to entertainment, on Saturday night we're gonna have a live auction under the tent. It's gonna start around 7 o'clock till about 9. We'll probably auction off around 100 to 150 items. And then on Sunday we have the live auction. It starts around 2 o'clock. Last year was the first year we moved our parade up to 11 o'clock rather than 2 o'clock, and it helped tremendously. It helped on the auction. We were able to kick our auction off 2 hours earlier than normal, so we were able to
finish up a little earlier.
Earlier, and we have a lot of nice items for our auction. Last year we auctioned off a little over 500 items, right over 500 items. And the auction brought in $125,000 last year. So the auction's been pretty.
Hold on, guys. Let me take this call. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Gene, Chad Meir, how you doing this morning,
buddy? Good morning, Chad.
That's good, man. Look, Gene, just one little thing. Buddy did a great job on doing that entertainment schedule for you. But
we forgot.
We need to let the listeners know. He said the entertainment ends at 12. But the fair will close at 12:30 on Friday and Saturday night. The fair is going to close actually a half hour after the entertainment stops to let people get their hamburgers and their food and everything before they go home. So just to let the listeners know, the fair will go on for another half hour after the entertainment stops. Let them get a good Farmer's Fair hamburger before they go home. So just want to let y'all know that, Gene.
Or corn dogs, Chad.
You know, and look, Gene, I'm not going to tell you why we had to send 3 number 1 members. But it's partly because, you know, the protectors are watching out for the city this morning.
Oh, Lord.
I had to get on them. I had to let them know. But anyway, well, look, Gene, y'all have a good show,
Thank
man.
you, buddy.
I'll talk to you a little later.
Thanks,
Okay,
good luck to you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
Now, Gene, listen, let me tell you, while we're thinking
come on, what's happening?
While we're thinking about Chad Meir, I got to say something on the air, and Chad, I know you're listening.
You bet.
Chad has done an outstanding job, you know, with grand marshals and helping out the auction and getting the grand marshals more involved. Now again, Mr. Whip did a wonderful job also.
Oh, sure.
Before.
Sure.
But Chad does a really good job of contacting the grand marshals, keeping them informed on what's going on with the fire department, making the grand marshals part of our fire department, which they are. And those guys are very important to us, especially when it comes to the auction. We've had some wonderful grand marshals, and I think we have some really good ones coming up. But again, I like, you know, I want to compliment Chad on the hard work he does when it comes to the grand marshals, because he gets those guys out there. And also I want to thank all of our past grand marshals and all our big supporters, because without these guys, you know, that auction, as I just said, last year our auction brought in $125,000, and without the support of the guys, again, the past grand marshals and other supporters in the city, we wouldn't happen. But while we're talking about the auction, one thing I wanted to mention also, Dickie Knockhand is one of my guys that goes around, helps collect auction items.
He's a collector?
He's one of the collectors. I have 6 different guys that go around, and we mail out letters to all of the merchants in town. Well, most of them, we may miss some here and there. But there's over 250 merchants or businesses, attorneys, and doctors' offices, whatever, that we visit. And I'm sure Dickie can agree with me on this. You know, we really appreciate the generosity of the people in this town. You know, we walk in these businesses and we say we're from the Thibodaux Volunteer Fire Department. We get open arms.
Case closed. Yeah,
we get open arms. I can literally count on one hand out of the 250 that we contact. I can count on one hand the ones that say they can't donate. And you know, and we understand if they can't, they can't. You know, we do. But like I said, on the air, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everyone that's donated to us. This community has been so generous at the Thibodaux Fire Department.
You know, in fact, Ron, two things, too, and we can talk about both of them. Number one, this year's Grand Marshal, of course, Barry Landry, and Dr. Barry Landry, to reiterate what you said about chairing that committee, I asked him on the show last week when we had him on, he said, they just tell me when to show up. He said, they take care of everything. They just tell me when and where to be, you know, and how to dress. So, yeah, they do a good job. The second thing, when you talk about generosity, hang on a second, let me get this call. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Hey, that's Odette.
Hello, Miss Odette.
How y'all do?
Fine.
Hey, Ron.
Hey.
How you do, Bev?
Doing good.
I really appreciate all y'all work, huh?
Yeah, don't
They
you?
work hard. Lord. And all the people that give and all, thank them so much, because they save lives, you know?
That's right, property and lives.
Lord, I
bet.
wouldn't know what to do. I could sleep good at night.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah, and I'm careful with fire.
Are
I'm
you?
Careful.
You don't play with matches.
No.
Okay,
Just
all
to
right.
light my stove.
Okay.
Well, look, thank y'all all. I want to tell everybody, I hope the weather holds up. I'm going to say some prayer and all for that, because poor thing, they work hard and they don't need no rain.
Hey, we're going to see you at the fair?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
A hamburger. And
All
I'm going to
right.
listen to the music. Sure, I love to dance.
I know you do.
And so, anyway, well, thank y'all.
You
I'm
bet.
so glad y'all do that.
Thank-
everybody, all the firemen that ever work at the fire.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
All right, Miss
bye,
Odette.
Ron. I'm going to talk with you later.
Okay,
Bye,
bye-bye.
Bev.
See, you got plenty of people out there like that. I think the point I was trying to make was, and we talked about it on the show probably 100 times, I know, ever since I've been doing dialogue. And it's a, hang on, we'll get to it eventually. Hold on. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Gene, it's Joe Io. How you doing this morning?
Hey, Joe, good morning.
Gene, I'd like Ron to correct one thing on Saturday. Pay one price is from 11 to 6.
To 6. I'm sorry, Jim.
Yes, sir. Again, another protector member looking out for y'all.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, Gene, thank y'all for all the things y'all doing for us. You know, it's great y'all plug all of this for us.
Anytime,
It's
buddy.
Important to us as fundraising.
Anytime.
Okay, thank y'all.
You got it, Joe. Bye-bye. Another protector looking out. The point I was trying to make was, one of the oldest volunteer fire, and Dickie, we're going to try to talk, we're going to try to find time to talk about that. We got time. One of the oldest fire companies, volunteer fire country, nationwide, one of the oldest, Thibodaux's one of the oldest. I'm not saying it's the oldest, but one of the oldest. The thousands and millions of dollars that this town and this community has been able to save, because it is a volunteer fire department, is the reason you get such good response when you know, and it's us trying to give back to all that you do, all that the fire department does for us. And believe me, you know, when you look at, well, you just go right next door to Homer. When you look at that paid fire department, and I talk to people all the time in Hammond and New Orleans area, and all of those guys and gals with paid fire departments, it is a totally different ballgame. I mean, a different ballgame.
One thing that's pretty amazing is all the local departments, Vacherie, Shag Bay, Libreville, they have some outstanding departments and equipment. This whole surrounding area has always been involved in firefighting, and it's through the generosity of the people that they're able to buy all this equipment. And I was truly amazed. I stopped in Vacherie, and they got some fine equipment.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's Shag Bay.
Yep.
Shag Bay's got a wonderful facility.
Yep.
You know, and it's just that South Louisiana, in this area, volunteer fire department means pride, and thank God we have the people that go out there and fight the fire.
You know, it's to the point now, you're 100% correct, it's to the point now where it's tradition. And it's tradition in this entire community, not just in Thibodaux, but as you said, all of the surrounding areas. Some great departments, I gotta assume, Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, some great camaraderie between those guys.
It is. I mean, the social part of it is outstanding. I mean, and you know, this week, we're working our tails off, but you know what? We're having a blast.
Oh, absolutely.
We have fun in this competition amongst companies, from
Oh, you think?
friendly competition, and it's fun. It keeps it fun. We work well together. It's good. We look forward to the fair. We really do. Gee, we have, right now our roster's at about 500 members.
Wow.
That includes all members. That includes members from the 18-year-olds all the way up to the 90-somewhat-year-old. Dickie's dad goes over, what, 90?
90 years old.
90 years old. And,
I'll be darned.
And Gene, like you're saying, tradition. I'm a fireman, and I'm a fire company #1 member because my grandfather, our phone call, was a fire company #1 member. My uncle Curtis Hugh was a fire company #1 member. My uncle brother Onkar was a fire company #1 member. It's family tradition.
Yeah.
And I hope that my son becomes a fire company #1 member.
You're probably joint protected.
I get it.
Let me tell you a little story about that. Swamp told me his son Ben, and he said, Dad, I'm going to join the fire company. And he said, I think I'm going to join Protector #2. Swamp said, well, fine. He said, you got a minute? He said, what for, Dad? He said, help me carry all your clothes out the house and put on
I believe it, too. No, it's Swamp. Listen, we go ahead.
No, one real funny story while we're talking about this. Peter Barlow, which Pat Barlow's
son, right.
Peter's in fire company #1 member, and it's always joking between fire company #1 and Protector #2, which Mr. Pat's a Protector member. So for Peter's first parade, Protector had walked in front of us that year, and we walking toward the end of the parade route on Tiger Drive. Protector had already finished the parade. Mr. Pat Barlow's holding up a sign that says it takes 2 #1s to make 1 #2. So Mr. Pat reminded me of that yesterday when he came out of the shop.
True story. Before we go to break, how do you get, who lines up where every year? There's got to be some fighting.
The way they do it,
Okay.
we line up in order of the date that the company was formed.
Oh, okay.
And then
All
every
right.
year we rotate. So the company that's last moves to the front.
Okay, so everybody gets...
So Protector will either always be right behind us.
All righty.
They'll be, we were the first company formed, Protector, and then Hook and Ladder, and then on
As the city grew.
That's the order. But like I said, we rotate, so every year you one company back.
Okay, I got you. As
when you go to be the 8th company, the following
you go
year,
back
then
to the
you
front.
First company.
Okay. I was always, I said, man, how do they do that to keep everybody from fighting? Listeners, we got to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the little history. We're going to talk a lot about the history of the fire department. We'll talk more about the Firemen's Fair. Hey, it's Firemen's Fair weekend. Don't plan anything from today till Sunday night at 9 o'clock. You need to be at the fairgrounds. That's where everybody needs to be. Take a short jaunt. You can go to Bonterre Garden Fair Saturday morning. Do some things you got to do around here. Other than that, you be at the fair this weekend because firemen need it, and you know what? We need their support. And then right now, they support us all year long. They need our support for this weekend, so we're going to get out there and do it. Hey, before you sell another cup of coffee, if I can get this doggone commercial up here, right, we're going to be right back here at Oldie 640 KTIB.
Hi, Bobby Barbera here. At Barbera's in the Pointville, we pride ourselves delivering and servicing a quality product at a reasonable and competitive price. We continue to treat our customers with respect, honesty, the way my family has done for 3 generations. We just celebrated our 83rd anniversary here at the same location. That's stability. The Boudreaux, Landrys, Torreses are just a couple of families with a long history of buying their cars and trucks generation after generation at Barbera. They must like the way we treat them because they keep coming back. So if you are in a market for a new car or truck, come see me, Bobby Barbera. I promise you will have a great buying experience, and our service after the sale is second to none. And remember, no matter where you are, all roads lead to Barbera's in the Pointville. Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Call Barbera Chevrolet 1-800-256-2566 or visit our website at barberaautomotive.com, the oldest family-owned Chevrolet dealership in Louisiana.
At Cherry Books, prize-winning stories are all over our
Thibodaux store, on May 1st, a real Pulitzer Prize winner will walk through the Cherry Bookstore. His name is Jeffrey Marks, and he's written a bestseller. It's called Season for Life, and its reviews have been stellar. Passionate, says USA Today. Life-changing, says ESPN. Amazing, says MSNBC. So on May 1st, come to Cherry Books to feel the inspiration, when from 5 to 6:30 p.m., Mr. Pulitzer will speak to our Cherry Nation.
KTIB-AM 640, broadcasting live to Terrebonne, Lafourche, St. Mary's, St. James, and St. Charles parishes. We are your news, talk, and oldie station, AM 640.
Terminex, the complete solution specializing in termite baiting and monitoring systems. Treatment of termites, carpenter ants, fleas, ticks, roaches, and more. Call Terminex today to schedule your free in-home inspection at 985-446-5555. Dan Foster of Terminex Pest Control proudly salutes the brave volunteers of the Thibodaux Fire Department during their annual fair this weekend. At Terminex, they work hard, too, to protect your home. Join Terminex in support of the Thibodaux Fire Department's fair this weekend.
Did you hear what Rush said yesterday?
Stay tuned. The Rush Limbaugh Morning Update is straight ahead. Yesterday, Barack Obama's pastor, Jeremiah Wright, took his routine to the National Press Club. As demonstrated by his speech in the Q&A session afterwards, here's how Reverend Wright's so-called liberation theology sees America. We are a nation forever damned by a history of slavery, deserving of terrorist attacks because we have done terrorism the world over. We are a nation that continues to oppress minorities and neglect the health and welfare of the poor and the weak while fighting unjust wars sparked by lies. This view of America, from which millions need to be liberated politically and morally, extends beyond Reverend Wright. This resonates with liberals everywhere. Now, that view of America misses a central point. Liberation was at the core of America's birth war. Our founders revolted to establish a form of government which recognizes that man's rights and liberty are not a birthright of monarchs, but rather bestowed by God. And less than a century later, another American war abolished the centuries-old practice of slavery. Those two wars sparked the liberation of millions beyond our borders as democratic governments overturned monarchies around the world. Since then, we have shed blood to liberate millions more from Nazism, communism, and now Islamofascism. No other nation has created and spent as much wealth, both governmentally and privately, on the welfare of citizens and people of the world. The liberating others. That's America's history. We are an exceptional nation. We're not damned. We are blessed by God. The United States of America is the solution for the world. Hey, folks, what do you think topped the list of consumer complaints to the Federal Trade Commission for the 8th straight year? You know what it was? It was identity theft. Are you protected yet? Are you taking steps to protect your identity? More importantly, are you protected by LifeLock? You may think that ID theft will never happen to you, but why even take the chance? This is something that you know you should do. Protect your identity. You know you should do it, so do it. Listen, another identity is stolen every 3 seconds, and the clock is still ticking. Look, if anybody knows what it takes to be the leader in their industry, it is I, El Rushbo. So believe me when I tell you it doesn't happen by accident. LifeLock is #1 because they are the best. Guarantee your good name today.
Call 1-800-440-4833 right now to get LifeLock and their $1 million total service guarantee. That's 1-800-440-4833 or go to lifelock.com. 1-800-440-4833.
It doesn't stop there. Join me later today at 11 for the Rush Limbaugh program.
The moment you walk in, it's so easy to tell. In Meals has it all, and we service what we sell. There's nobody like us in our community. That in Meals we're gonna treat you like family. Quality and service at affordable prices. In Meals Furniture and Appliances.
Visit Emil's Furniture and Appliance, 609 St. Mary Street in Thibodaux. Right now, there's a store-wide inventory reduction sale going on name-brand furniture and appliances. And you must stop by and see the newly renovated Lazy Boy Gallery. Interest-free financing is available with free setup and delivery. Visit your Meals Furniture and Appliance, 609 St. Mary Street in Thibodaux.
Quality and service at affordable prices in Meals Furniture and Appliances. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for I...
Listen to that Buddy Leday laughing at me, Dickie. But you know, you made a good point. At least you can understand the words in that song. That's a lot better than some of that stuff. Yeah, he's sitting here laughing at me. Can you imagine that? Huh?
Well, the reason why he's laughing, he's trying to realize that, way back when I was about 2 years old, that was a popular song.
When you was 2 years.
What he's doing is listening. He says, "Man, what is that?" You know, you can actually understand words. Anyway, back to Oldie 640 KTIB here this morning. We got we got 3 firemen on, and we got some announcements we got to do real quick, and I want to hurry up and get to them. But first, we're going to take this call. Hold on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Good morning, Gene. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, D. Richard. State Representative D. Richard.
I'm fixing to go into work right now, and I'm sitting here listening to your show. I want to wait till the commercial break was over.
You bet.
To call in and wish everybody good luck this weekend. I know those guys do a hell of a job for us.
You bet.
In fact, I did a resolution on the House floor yesterday to commend the 150th anniversary of Fire Company Number 1. And they put together a brochure I'm going to bring this week. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get it as an auction item, if so, and raise some funds on it. But it's a real good history of the department that these people over here went in depth, and I think they talked to Mike and a few others, but they got a lot of history on it, and it's all written up on the resolution. Real nice job they did, so I'm going to bring it home with me tonight and try to get it to somebody. So maybe Ron can help me with that. And I'm gonna hang up
Oh, great. Okay.
D, thank you
Thank you,
so
buddy.
much for that, man. You just don't know how much that means to us. I gotta tell you, I catch chills, cause chills is just you talking about it, man. Like I said, a pride and a tradition is just unbelievable in our department. And real quick, I forgot to mention my brother Josh, who's 3 years older than me.
Yeah, he called you at the break.
He was very instrumental in me getting in the fire department. Also, it was fun. I was 18 and he was 21. It was a race to see who was going to get out of bed, get out of the driveway first. And we would normally ride together. Of course, he outranked me because he was a line officer. So when we got to the station, I had to ride in the passenger seat. But if I wasn't in his car 5 seconds after he was, I was left. But he usually beat me every time.
Got a couple announcements we got to get out the way. The Hornets play Saturday, New Orleans Arena, 9 o'clock. Hey, bring your portable radios to the fairgrounds because we're gonna call out the score at the fairgrounds, like Dickie said. Don't stay home and watch the game. Bring your radio. You can listen to it on KTIB. Hold on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, William Taylor.
Yeah, by the way, Gene, based on Buddy's comment coming out of the break, me and Daddy, we would never, ever laugh at you for the music that you play. We do it like everybody else. We just laugh behind your back. It's a lot easier.
Oh, thank you very much, Albert. That's so heartwarming.
Well, I'm related to you. That's punishment enough as it is. But I wanted to tell Ron hello. And
hello, William.
Yeah, it looks like majority of the weather for the fair should be all right, especially today, Saturday night and Sunday.
Good.
The Friday-Saturday rain situation is not going to be an all-day thing, because what's going to happen is when that front starts to come down, basically waves of rain are scheduled to form, where in other words, we get one wave coming through and then it will leave, then it will bathe for several hours, and then we'll have another wave.
Gotcha.
The way we think it's going to work real quick is during the day Friday, especially with daytime heating, we'll have one passage, and hopefully by the time it starts at 5, it'll be out of the area.
Uh-huh.
And then another chance Saturday morning, and then possibly a third wave when the actual front pushes into us late Saturday afternoon. So just to let folks know, I know sometimes when they hear 50-60% chance of rain, they could get, slightly alarmed, but it's not going to be an all-the-time situation. So just keep an eye out when you go to the fair, and all should go well.
All right, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I got a daughter getting married at 4 o'clock Saturday. What does it look like?
Well, they're going to hang on to that chance of rain probably till sunset. And the only reason why is, Gene, it depends if the cold front comes through at or right after the peak of daytime heating. We could have some thunderstorms form along the front as it pushes through.
Okay.
And so that's why they extended the rain chances into the afternoon. And so if it's, like I said, if it's an outdoor situation, you know, simply just keep an eye out on things. But everything should settle down by sunset Saturday.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, well, you take care.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the call.
And Gene, you mentioned, you know, the rain, and it may happen, but just to let people know, our fair chairman, Foy Leeret, he's done a great job over the years in preparing the fairgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
Last year we had a little bit rain, and it was not that bad.
It cools it off. It ain't no big deal.
Yeah, the ground was dry, so don't let it scare you.
You bet. Hold on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Gene Reshaw, y'all doing a good job.
Thank you, Dwight.
Hey, this is Dwight. It's Mike Knopf.
Mike, hey, you sound just like Dwight Boudreaux.
Oh, don't tell me that. That's an insult. But look, just got a couple of things. I'm enjoying listening to all the company rivalry and the good job that you guys are doing over there. Imagine the trouble and the hassle I have to go through. I'm a member of Protector, and my brother is the president of Fire Company number 1. And then just a couple of things.
Sure.
Who would schedule a wedding on the day of the Fireman's Fair other than Gene Reshaw?
That's why it's at 4 o'clock.
Well, we're going to forgive you for that one. But one last thing, again, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Dickie, Bubby, y'all go ahead. Y'all doing a terrific job. But you know, Gene, I was supposed to be on dialogue this morning.
Well, why you
I had some family things to take care of, and I couldn't.
Okay.
But it took 3 number 1s to take the place of 1 Protector. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Love you.
Oh, Lord. You could have gone all day without saying that.
Now, Gene, I'm going to repeat something that
That's it.
told to me, but, you know, the reason the 3 number 1s are here, because none of the Protectors had time to come. But they got time to listen to the show and call and correct us and criticize us. That's okay. We're not going to let them live it down for this weekend.
Oh, man, that kicked it off. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm serious now. Bring your radios to the fairgrounds. You don't need to stay and listen to the Hornets. You don't need to watch them. Bring it to the fairgrounds, and we'll announce the score. They'll announce the scores at the fairgrounds. The other thing I need to announce, 2 things, really. Friday night, 10 o'clock, you'll be home from the fair about that time. WDSU Channel 6, a special report will air on the city of Thibodaux. This is 10 o'clock, WDSU Channel 6, Friday night, air on the city of Thibodaux, a city without crime, by Chris Fairborn and former police chief Howard Robertson. That's Friday night, tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, WDSU Channel 6. Hey, one other thing. What is it?
We can record the show.
Yeah, put it. You're right. They can put VCRs. They don't do that anymore. They use what you call it now? DVDs. Yeah, VCRs.
Mine still works.
Mine too.
Those DVDs are nicer than those 8 tracks you're playing over here.
Yeah, but the music is good. I'm gonna tell you that, buddy boy. Hang on a minute.
Another Protector.
Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Gene, Chad Mayer again, man. How y'all doing?
Oh, Lord, go ahead.
I appreciate the nice comments y'all did. I'm not going to josh them again. But one important thing, Gene, I want to let the listeners know, if anybody's out there that would like to help out at the fair, I know a lot of the children in high school have to do service hours. There may be somebody out there that needs to, unfortunately, do some community service. They can contact Foy at the fairgrounds. The number's 446-3247 or 446-FAIR. And he'll be happy to put you to work, or if you just come out to one of the stands. And it's a good way for you to get to meet the guys if you're not in the fire department and you want to join the fire department or see what it's all about. Come out for the fair, go to the different stands. They'll be happy to let you join in and work, and you may end up, we picked up a lot of members like that, come out to the fair, work with us, and eventually join the department. So,
good point,
just wanted
Chad.
to pass that on, Gene.
Good point.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Y'all have a good one.
All right,
I'll give you
buddy.
a call a little later.
You
All
got
right.
it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
But Gene,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we welcome any help. I mean, we usually get tremendous help from the key clubs here in Thibodaux. We get a lot of help from other organizations. Some of the banks provide some help in the ticket stand for us. But yeah, we don't turn down any help, and like Chad said, and I've seen it in our fire company. We get friends of members that'll come in, they help, they have such a great time. And when it comes to firefighters, from members, we're members in the fire department. Again, we have right at 500 members. We don't have 500 firefighters.
No, not everybody hauls the hose.
Not
Right.
everybody's gonna fight a fire. And that's okay, because we need members, to help with the fair and help with the business aspects of the fire department. Everybody has an important role. I mean, one of our members, Buddy LaRose, Judge Buddy LaRose, great guy, works his tail off for the fair.
You don't haul hose, huh?
No, but he does haul things for the
absolutely.
For the auction stand. Supreme Court Justice
John Weimer, right?
Member of our fire company, and I mean the list goes on and on throughout the fire companies in the city, and we really appreciate everything these guys do.
Don't forget our Sergeant at Arms and top chef, Mark Adams. Mark was a guy who did exactly that. He would come out to the fair, and Swamp one year asked Mark's mama said, "Mind if Mark joined the fire company?" And man, it's his pride and joy, and he's one of our greatest members. And anybody who watches the parade sees Mark.
Absolutely.
Uniform.
You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we picked up some good members through that.
The thing I like about it too, and not only, and of course I know it's a big money raiser, it is the fundraiser for the Thibodaux Volunteer Fire Department, but it's also a great weekend to get to know you guys. Y'all out there at the fair, and listeners, I encourage you to do that. Go meet these guys. Let me tell you, they're your next door neighbors. They live next door to you. They're in the community. I would like to know how many volunteer hours per year the department puts in as a whole. I think it would be amazing.
Well, I have a few.
You just happen to have that.
I have some statistics. Buddy printed out Mike's Chiefs report that he gave at our annual joint meeting. Just to give you an idea, I mean, Thibodaux Fire Department responded to 344 total alarms in 2007. That totals up, let's see, man hours. Let's see, how do we do this?
And of that, it's not all fires, Gene. I mean, we help with...
well, yeah, you got other things that you do other than fighting fires. Yeah,
rescue squad, auto accidents, anything like that where a rescue call needs to be made. So you're talking over 300 calls in 2007. That's
one a day. That's one a day.
Exactly.
And we logged just in training hours over about 5,300 hours.
Just training.
Just in training hours. It's not to mention, of course, working at the fair and
absolutely.
And responding to calls. And there's a lot of calls. People say, "Wow, that's a lot of calls." So 344 calls, but a lot of calls people never know about. It's a silent call. Well, the chief will get a call at home and we respond. Someone may smell smoke in their house, or they may, or it might be a false alarm here, there, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, when you figure we have 365 days in a year, and we
one a day.
344 calls.
That's one a day. And listen, I know apparently we ain't going anywhere, because I know from what I'm listening to some of the callers coming in, apparently number one doesn't go to work at a regular hour or something. So we're gonna work a little overtime today and make sure we get all the calls in, because protectors out there working, right? Is that the gist I'm getting?
I don't know about working, but
anyway, we're glad to.
Gene, I'd like to make an announcement to all the past grand marshals. If you're wanting to ride in the parade, please contact Poochie 859-3705. That's Poochie Mouvon. Or call Dickie Knockin 227-1843, and we can set it up and come out and have a good time with us.
We were talking at the break. Ron was telling me, listeners, about. I was thinking. I counted the stories of that new motel going up. That's 5 stories.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That would probably be one of the tallest buildings in the city, and of course, it's got to be some concern. Can you get up that high? Should God forbid, should something happen?
Right. Well, we right now we currently have a 100-foot aerial ladder.
So you're there.
It's housed at Home Hook and Ladder. It's the oldest unit in town in our fleet right now. It's
that white LaFrance?
That's right.
Really?
That's right. It's, if I'm not mistaken, I may get correct.
I remember when they bought that thing.
I think it's an 1982 or an 81 truck. right now, this year, we're purchasing a truck to replace that one. It's going to be a 100-foot aerial with a platform. Of course, the trucks are a little bigger today than they were back in 1981, 82. The truck's going to cost us right around $750,000.
Wow.
Just to give you an idea what we do with some of the funds that we raise at the fair. That's for one truck, one piece of equipment. We're going to build a new station. Homework and Lattice are building a new station on Canal Boulevard, just about a half a block from where they are now. And that station's estimated to cost somewhere around $800,000. So we're faced with some pretty big expenses. Some other things, they're kind of different from things in the past. We used to, each fire company, each fire department member is issued a set of bunker gear, each active member. Bunker gear and also a pager. That bunker gear cost us right around $1,500 per
man.
Per man. It includes the helmet, the coat, the boots, the gloves, Nomex hoods, everything he needs. It used to be when you'd have to show up at the fire scene. Well, years back, and it goes back to history, when they used to have to listen to the fire horn blow on the top.
Absolutely.
And you had to figure out what intersection that horn was blowing, and you'd go toward the fire, and you get to the fire, and you got to grab your boots and your coat. You might have one size 10 boot, one size 9 boot, and you fight the fire. I'm sure Dickie can tell us more about those days. That was a little before our time. I've been in the department for 20 years. This year's my 20th year. Dickie's been in, 36 years.
The gear used to stay on the truck.
That's correct.
Back in those days.
Correct.
Okay.
And we still do leave some gear on the trucks. But fortunately, we were able to afford to issue bunker gear to each active member. It's through the proceeds that we raise for the fair, and then also generosity of the L'Oreal Foundation. Ms. Reed and Cam and those guys, they've been really great to the fire department. Wonderful to the fire department. Some of the equipment that we have, that we own, like these thermal imaging cameras, one camera costs over $10,000. And we have, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have 3 now. And then it all goes back to the safety of the firemen, and also being effective in fighting the fires. We have equipment, we have technology in our fire department that some paid departments don't have. And again, it's through the generosity of the people in this community, and we're fortunate to have that and be able to keep our firefighters safe. And as far as I know, through the history of the fire department, I don't think we've ever had a fallen fireman, fireman falling.
Thank goodness.
And so we continue to make things safer, and so all you moms and dads who have 17-year-old sons who want to be firemen, guess what? Nothing's going to happen to your little boy or your little girl. We encourage it, and again, some of the younger members, Fire Company number 1, one of our youngest members, Trey Shields. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there know Trey. Trey's a great guy, great young man. He's our first lieutenant. He's been in the fire department for about 1.5 years now, or 2.5 years. He couldn't wait till his 18th birthday to become a member, just like me. I can remember I turned 18 on July 7th, 1988, and I was proud as could be to have my grandfather sign the bottom of my application as recommending me as a member. And that's the kind of things we need, talking about the tradition.
You got to keep it going. You got to keep it going. Yeah.
And, I think fortunately in our town, young kids and young people and key clubs and different organizations like that, and I know Edie White.
They get some exposure.
Community service thing, and again, like I said, it's more than just work.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
But it's but again, like I said, we're being faced with some pretty heavy expenses. So. And then that's not to mention the cost of just running the department annually. With fuel for the trucks and Ford correct. And also we training
pure, but anything you think in the years. So it was between and 450.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, of course, it's a lot safer. It's a lot soon. Old days. But I mean, it's continuing to rise. And you know, the good thing, I think this community understands that, realize that, and I think that's why you get the support that you get, is because people, you know, it is tradition, but people understand the need for keeping this whole area in a volunteer fire department situation, rather than go to a paid. And I think they're willing to step forward, as they're going to do this weekend, and support this effort, and really get out and support the firemen, you know, and do what they need to do to make sure.
And it's not like you're just giving your money away.
Oh, absolutely not, man.
One of the greatest free shows you'll ever go to is the Firemen's Fair, and so you're getting something for your money, not only good fire protection, but a great time.
Right. Absolutely. And people respond to a cause, you know, and this weekend is a cause.
One thing about the fair, you see people that you haven't seen in 15, 20 years, and people make it, you know, their drive is to come in for the fair just to meet all the old friends that they haven't seen for years. It's such a social event.
Sure, because that's where everybody is.
It's like a reunion.
Absolutely. That's where everybody's going to be.
You know, Gene, we just to give you a few more numbers, we protect an area that populates around 15,000 people
in the city.
Well, we not only in the city limits. We go all the way to Lafourche Cross.
Okay.
And, right.
Hang on, let me get this call. Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Good morning, Gene. This is Fred. We're the Yankee Company just north of Thibodaux.
From the Bay Area.
That's in the Bay Area. Yeah, look, I wanted to wish everybody the best of luck, and, you know, Jack Day is a spinoff of Thibodaux. I mean, it happened in 1968 around, but I still remember when the Thibodaux Firemen used to come with their trucks and their cages and used to run up all the loose chickens.
Absolutely, chickens. I remember that.
Oh, and then, you know, it's just, there's still a good camaraderie between all of us, and we do help each other out. But, you know, just to back what they